Shut those weary eyes. Everything will be alright. You made it through the night.
Welcome to New York's Brothers Broadcast. Here live with you, Kevin, and my brother Kenny, and our special guest. Say hello, Lewis.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be part of this prestigious show, this future syndicated show.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
AKA Soda Can, and we're gonna lose a little famous on live on the radio, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Say hi, Kenny, man. I'm sorry I ignored you, man.
No worries. No
You're
worries.
important too.
If you want to show the radio that Lewis was in.
Well,
let
Kenny,
me describe a little bit.
You actually can't show the radio. You have to listen to the radio.
All right, my bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
So listen, one of the topics today is going to be Judge versus Ohtani, right? And it's a good reason why we talk about it. We've been wanting to talk about it because Judge is having a great year, and Ohtani is having a great year, just like last year. Let me give you your Lewis radio moment of what happened. What he thinks. Okay, guys, please, callers, listen carefully. This was on Peter
ENN.
Rosenberg, ENN. Okay, hold on one second. Ready?
The world famous Michael K show.
Yes. You want to say something before I play the video or no?
Well, I'd just like to say it's my debut as part of sports media, and I would like to say between all of us, I'm actually the first one in the national syndicated podcast. So my voice will live on forever and ever and ever and ever.
Okay, let's play this call. Ready?
By the way, they're not able to answer it. We're doing it. The subject, Dave, is it's Lewis and West Orange. The subject is Judge. He's the best. Ohtani is a loser. Andrew, how can you describe this call?
I mean, look, you say we can't take them now. There are no rules. Like you can take them if you're that curious.
You know what? Would this be an unprecedented moment? It's very rare. Has it ever happened? You can count on one hand calls during all time. I'd like to be part of something that's a rarity. That's just me. Let's go to Lewis then in West Orange. Start off ENN. Please, Lewis, regale us with your thoughts.
You know what? This is such an honor, not only to be the first caller on ENN, but to be the first caller with David Rosenberg. I'm blessed.
Peter D's
Blessed.
the love affair that the fans have with me. Yeah, there's a lot of reverence from your people here. Yeah. Lewis, please continue. I don't want to stand in your way. Go ahead.
So, you know what? Me and my buddies, we always talk about it. Judge Ohtani, right? Judge is the best. No one is better than him. Ohtani's a loser because he didn't come to the Yankees.
Got it.
He had the option to come.
All right. Yeah.
He had the option to come. He didn't want to. He was scared. There was too much pressure. And he's a loser. He's a loser.
Lewis, thank you for the call. I'm really glad we took that. I'm glad to know that you and your friends are having sophisticated. These are the conversations that I might let you sit here and disparage someone who's. No, listen.
I think the call goes on about you for like another minute or two, right?
I mean, it does go on. I mean, me and Peter Rosenberg, we actually have a nice relationship. He calls me a great guy, So yeah. But just to touch on that.
Talk to me.
Obviously, Judge, we all have, wonderful feelings for Judge. He's one of our guys, homegrown. He's not only a baseball megastar, he's a sports megastar, right? If you see him walking down the street, you know who he is. So the reason why I call Shohei Ohtani a loser, now don't get me wrong, he's easily one of the top 2 to 3 best baseball players in the game right now. This is my opinion. He hits and he throws like yesterday. What's today's date? Today's the 13th. Yesterday he threw for I think it was a pitch for over 101 miles an hour. And it wasn't in the beginning of the game. It was towards the middle, going towards the end. So I mean, this guy is amazing. Now, my biggest thing, along with New York sports in general, is that I feel like players are scared to come here. They don't want the pressure. They don't want the hassle of having to come here and expecting to win. We want excellence, right? Yankees, as Yankees fans, we're accustomed to championships, winning seasons, division titles, making the World Series. And the fact that, to me, again, this is my opinion, he didn't want to come over and contribute to that. It just shows that he doesn't have the cubes. He's scared. Why go to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and go to a team that doesn't have a rich winning tradition, right? Why go there? Because it's closer to Japan? Come on, man. You know how small the world is now? Internet. You could FaceTime your family. You could hop on a private jet, go to Japan whenever you want. I feel like he didn't want to come because he's scared. Now that's the reason why I call him a loser.
Are you maybe resentful that he made a decision to go to the Angel, and that has maybe persuaded you or swayed you to really not look at him as valuable he is?
So yes and no. I feel like him not coming here had a trickle effect on what we did that particular offseason. Obviously, we traded for Giancarlo. So him not coming here, I feel like really kind of set us one way instead of another way. So yeah, I mean, of course, if you're a Yankees fan, you're upset he didn't come. Now here's the real test. I don't know exactly when, or I don't know how much longer we have to wait for him to become a free agent.
1 year left.
But when he does, then at this point, hey, after 1 year, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay in Los Angeles? And I keep on saying Los Angeles because they're technically Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, but you know, it can't be a money issue, a money thing, because you can make money anywhere in the United States. Look at LeBron James, he made money in Cleveland. Look at past stars, Reggie Miller, right? This guy is synonymous with basketball, and he played in Indiana, right? So if you're great, you're great, especially in the time now where you can monetize your name, you're gonna make money. So money isn't a thing. I see it as if he stays there, it's because he just wants the easy life. I could be wrong, but why not give yourself that pressure? There's a saying, right? Having pressure is a privilege. Come on, man.
Gives it meaning.
Step up. Step up. Let's make it happen.
You ever thought that perhaps he wanted to play with, the best player in baseball with Trout? Maybe the climate is also a huge thing because, Los Angeles is always warm. It's always nice out.
Yeah, but I mean,
why not the Dodgers then?
Why not the Dodgers? Why not Boston? Why not I don't Oakland? Oakland Angels, San Diego. Honestly, I would rather play in San Diego than Anaheim. LA. So those are 4 teams. But like, I don't know. I just think he chose the easy way out. He's a loser, as you guys heard on my tremendous phone call. I just don't trust him. I just don't have any faith in him. Now, if he comes, imagine the type of pressure, the type of expectations we as fans, the media, are going to put on him to not only produce but to lead this team, right? So I mean, hey, but that's down the road. Who knows what's going to happen? But we could only speculate and pontificate our expectations.
So let me ask you guys, both of you, who is the MVP of the American League this year? Is it Aaron Judge or Ohtani?
For me, it's Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, just based off of the summer he had, I know summer's winding down. I mean, this guy is lights out. This guy's hitting over 300. I believe so far he's still hitting over 300. How many home runs does he have at the moment? 50, 57, 58. I don't have the stats right in front of me. I'm very sorry.
7, I think it was. Yeah.
57. You know, so I mean, to me, this guy is, and not only that,
55.
he leads the team. You know, he is the leader of the Yankees. Now, Ohtani, like I said, he's great. One of the top 2-3 best players in baseball. But I still think this is Aaron Judge's year, especially because in 2017 he was supposed to win, and that was stolen by what's his face from the Astros.
Altuve.
2017. Altuve. There you go. Yeah. Go ahead, Kenny.
What do you think, Kenny?
Yeah, I agree. I would say that Judge is definitely the MVP this year. Anything short of that, I think is pretty much a rob. He's just having a monster year. You know, he's, I think, still projected to be like, you know, the number 1 home run hitter for the Yankees, like all time. You know, for the season. You know, he averaging over 300, has like 155 hits. You know, it's something that you definitely want a star caliber player like him to be doing, you know, this year. It just sucks that it's a contract year, you know how I feel about that.
Oh,
But
yeah, we talked about that.
you know, yeah, if I had to definitely pick it, it's definitely Judge over Ohtani.
Do you think the voters will agree with you guys?
Yes.
I think so. Absolutely.
too.
I don't see why he's not the MVP this year.
I kind of think it's an easy question to say this one, but the next question, and I'm going to limit it to just 3 years to make it a little bit tougher on you guys. If you had to pick one player, Ohtani or Judge, who are you picking?
Ohtani only because he's 28 years old. That's the only reason why.
But you remember, you're only getting this guy for 3 years, right? 28 to 31, and Judge is 31 to 34.
Are we saying that, okay, next year is a year 1 of a 3-year contract?
Yes, that's it.
Is that, okay.
Pretend
All
like
right,
you're getting
so-
3-year contract with both
Mhm.
players, either player,
Mhm.
and you lose a player after that. Who
I'm
do you get?
gonna go with Ohtani.
Okay, Penny.
I'm gonna go with Ohtani.
I agree with Ohtani. I mean, Judge is a great player, but just a very injury prone guy, you know, his last 3 years. So you got to kind of take into consideration that, you know, it's kind of like a coincidence that he's having a monster year in his contract year. You know, he hasn't had that great of a year since his rookie year, you know. So it's like, okay, well, I still need to see more out of him, right? Ohtani has just been doing it every year since he stepped in the league. And in hitting and in pitching, you know, that's something that, you know, no one has seen since Babe Ruth. So it's pretty impressive, you know, what this guy has been doing. So definitely, if I had to choose between the two, give me Ohtani every day.
Agreed. He has he's also a 2-way player. You know, it's something no one's done so far, you know, in our generation. No one's done it. He's almost an ace, or he is an ace. You know, some people want to, you know, semantics, and he's arguably a top 5 hitter in the team. You know, he had a great year last year. This year, his numbers offensively are not the same, but who is compared to Judge, honestly? The next guy, I think, is Schwarber with like 30-something home runs, you know, 20 home runs away. It's insane.
And that's why I think, you know, talking about your question, this year to me for Judge, as much as I'm pretty sure we're all enjoying it, we all love it, is an outlier. Will it happen again?
Exact word I was thinking.
You know, that's why I would choose Ohtani. And I think anyone would, either just, again, like you guys said, 2-way player and the age. He's only 28.
So like I mentioned to you guys, he is a free agent after next year. He has 1 more year. Why wait a year? You know, if the Angels are doing this bad, why not try to trade for him?
I think the Angels have been such a bad team, with such great players. To get rid of somebody like Otani, who can possibly be one of the best players to ever play the game, it's kind of like a laughing stock, because you got pretty much two of the best players in Trout and Otani, and you still can't do anything. I mean,
It's insane.
in my opinion, I agree that they should trade him because they're not doing anything with him. They're pretty much just wasting his talent. So you might as well get stuff back.
I see it as it's going to be hard for them to move him, right? Because they don't know if he's going to resign. So, if they want to, quote unquote, trade for him or trade him away, they're not going to get a lot, because any team could just say, hey, Ohtani's going to be a free agent and we just sign him instead of giving away stuff to get him.
Yeah. I don't know.
To get him, you have to give away everything.
You're still gonna have to make a big trade. I don't know, comparable to the Juan Soto trade, if he's gonna be able to match up, because Juan Soto had 3 years before he's a rookie and different age. Talking about 5-6 years of difference also.
Mm-hmm.
But he is also a pitcher. He's an ace. No matter where he goes, he's gonna be arguably your best player pitching and hitting. And that's insane. That's insane to be able to get something like that. I still think they'll get 3 to 4 top prospects out of like 7, and that's insane to think that out of 1 year left that you can get something like that. Are you willing to risk it if you're the Yankees? If you're the GM, Mr. Lewis Cashman, or if you're the GM, do you make the move? They say 4 out of your 7 top prospects.
I don't. I'm keeping my prospects, and I'm gonna do the best I can to try to bring him in via free agency.
Okay.
To give away that much for, even if they do go ahead with the trade, right? What's to say that he's gonna go somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like a sign and trade, I don't know if baseball does that, like basketball.
No.
So if it's one of those, hey, trade for him. He says he's going to sign a 10-year deal with you guys. Okay, let's do it. But if it's unclear, then at that point, no. To me, it's not worth it.
Kenny Cashman, do you make the trade? 4 out of your top 7 prospects. 1 year left of Ohtani, and then he's a free agent. Do you make the move?
No, I gotta agree with Lewis. That's too much of a risk, just because, he's willing to. He can sign anywhere. You're pretty much gutting your whole team or your future, I would say, for a guy that might not even resign. If I was the GM for the Yankees, I definitely would not do it. I don't think they will do it anyways.
They made an offer.
Ohtani,
you guys know that, right? They did make an offer for 1.5 years, because the deadline, that's half a year, correct?
Right.
Cashman did make an offer. And it seems like they still wanted more, or they couldn't agree. I think in their heads, they didn't know what value he really was. So they were testing the waters. If they got blown away with an offer, maybe they were looking to do it. But who's going to give you everything when you have a year left? It just doesn't make sense. He needs to understand. Yeah. Now, let me ask you guys, if you can minimize it to just 2 out of your top 7 prospects, but you have to eat Mr. Rendon's money. And before you guys say yes, Mr. Rendon is making a lot of money. Mr. Anthony Rendon, the third baseman, all right, because that's the contract they want to move. He is making $38 million a year for the next till 2026, about 4 years. I don't think Cashman does that, because now they watch every penny.
Yeah, it'll really, especially now with this particular regime. Hal Steinbrenner, he's very frugal with his money. So yeah, I don't think they would take that type of salary. It would really, really bind them up, and it'll really hurt us as an organization to make moves if moves are needed via injury or stuff like that. So yeah, I don't.
Okay, a little update with you guys for the Yankees. They're losing right now to the Red Sox. It's 3-2. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Hopefully Cole turns around. Man, I feel like lefties own Cole for some reason. I'm not saying that the lefties hit him today. I don't know if they did, but He's been homer friendly this year, unfortunately. So let's go back to the Yankees in general. Forget about Ohtani. Forget about Judge. It looks like, knock on wood, that we might make it division leader. All right. And there's no way the Indians are catching up to us in terms of second bye. All right. Baseball's doing something like football, where the top two seeds don't, it's kind of new. So it's interesting. Assuming we do, everything works according to plan and we do end up with that bye. All right. We would face the losers of one of 4 teams that looks like we'll make the playoffs. I don't think the Orioles, which is 5.5 games away from playoffs, will make it. Congrats to the Orioles to be 5.5 away.
What a season for them, huh?
Nobody would have thought that.
I'm looking at their record right now, 73 wins. That is
the
wild.
Orioles mama wouldn't have thought they would have. It would have been good. But anyway, so you got the Indians. Shout out to Mike, who nobody thought the Indians were really going to make it. Everyone thought White Sox were championship contenders, which they could still beat the Indians into making the playoffs, and the Twins too. It looks like Twins are falling.
They're only 3 games behind.
They're only 3 games behind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can still do it. But they're missing something. But again, assuming the Indians make it, assuming Seattle makes it, assuming Toronto and Tampa, I think everyone but the Indians is safe and secure. Who out of those 4 teams do you want to face and who do you not want to face? We're going to start off with who you do not want to face and tell me why. Let's start with you, Kenny. Tell me, who do you not want to face and why?
Easy. The Astros.
No. That's not one of the 4 teams. No. One of the 4 in the first round. So,
okay, my bad. I thought you meant
you already
this in
know. No. I feel like you fell asleep when I'm talking. Lewis, wake my man up. Yo, I just had a whole conversation.
Yo, what's going on?
I gave him one of 4 teams. He goes, the Astros.
I was looking at the standings.
What are you ordering food?
Yeah.
Okay, let me repeat that. Indians, Seattle, Tampa, and Toronto.
Oh, okay.
You're not facing the Astros in that first round.
No, out of all the teams, I would say Blue Jays.
Okay.
They're like scary good, like sneaky, scary good. They just
good.
haven't put it all together. Yeah, they just haven't put it together, and that's why they're been struggling in the season. But I think they could possibly be one of those like sneaky playoff teams that can excel further than what they're expected to be. So that's definitely my choice.
Okay. What about you, Lewis?
Yeah, same. That's the exact team I was circling in. Man, they get hit, and so far it has been a crazy year. But that's the team that I'm still afraid of. Yeah, man. It's one of those things. Like I'm not confident in our pitching, and they always say great pitching beats great offense. But I don't think we have great pitching, So I think if it comes down to it, are we going to be slumping at that time? Who knows? Hopefully not. But when we slump, we slump. And that's a team. That's a team that could like really light it up. And so yeah, that's.
And they could take advantage of Yankee Stadium.
Right.
Easy homer.
Porch.
So
Porch, man.
by the numbers, the Toronto owns lefties. I agree with you guys, by the way. I would take Toronto to avoid. They own lefties. Like when I say own, they own lefties. And that's good for our pitching staff because we don't have that many lefties anymore in terms of starters. But something, not only their offense is scary, that 1-2 head that they have in the top, Alex Manoah and Kevin Gossman, if I'm saying it correctly, his name, that's no joke, man. That's no joke. Those 2 guys, they can pitch. Now, it's a real fall off after that. You got Jose Barrios, and if they're going to go right, I don't know if Ryu's back or he's hurt for the year, but he's a lefty, so they shouldn't pitch it. And they got Kikuchi, whatever. We own him too. He's a lefty. We should be able to own him. So that's a nice fall off for them. For us, they have Ross Stripling. I don't know if he's going to start, but that 1-2 head, it's gonna give us some headaches.
Quick question: isn't that first round best out of 3 or something like that?
I don't know. I don't know if someone wants to look it up while we're talking. I'm not sure. Could be 3 out of 5. Who's our 2?
After Cole,
Cortez
I don't know.
has to be.
Has to be him, right?
Has to be Cortez, and that's not going to be easy. Like, do you really want Cortez to face that lineup 2-3 times? I mean, I think after 2 you have to take him out. After 2 times facing the lineup, you have to take him out. They're just going to get used to him. Okay, he doesn't have
And-
great stuff. He's sneaky good. And these guys, you could fool me once. Are you going to be able to fool him twice in the lineup? I don't know, man. Again, and Cole's just so inconsistent this year, man. Paying this guy $300 million. He's not living up to the money. Not living up to money. We expect shutouts. We expect 7 innings, 1 runs.
This is year 4 for him, right? With the Yankees?
I think, or 3rd year. I'm not sure. I can look it up.
Yeah.
I want to say 3rd year, but yeah, it's the first round is best out of 5. So,
Okay, so first of 3, yeah.
But now, when you say the
So-
first round, are you talking about before they get to the Yankees, or
no.
because remember those 4 teams I mentioned, they're gonna face each other.
It says
We
the
have a-
openers of all 4 AL and NL division series. Potential game 5.
Yeah, so I think
So
it's
up to game
that
5.
first, yeah. Like, let's say, for example, Cleveland faces the worst one, which is say Toronto. I think it's 3 out of 5 then.
Okay.
And then
okay,
the next round, I think, is when we face whoever, whenever it moves around, which we'll have a podcast before the playoffs start. We'll talk in thorough. I hope it's the Indians, because we have our beat writer, Michael Francisco, who's going to join us live, and we're going to beat the hell out of him verbally. But I hope he joins us, and I hope it is the Indians. But I think I got ahead of myself. Who do you guys want to face? Is it Seattle? Is it Tampa? Is it the Cleveland Indians?
Seattle, Tampa, Cleveland Indians.
Yes. Obviously, you guys said I don't want to play Toronto. So there's 3 options left. Go ahead, Lewis.
I mean, I'm gonna say Cleveland, man. Because only because right now Seattle, right now as we speak, today is September 13th.
Aha.
Seattle's on the tear right now, man.
Aha.
They are hot. So obviously, Cleveland. I mean, we say it all the time. How many division titles have they won? Between 2010 and 2020, and that's only because they play in the AL Central. It's not a strong division. So those teams just beat each other up. Whoever's last standing wins, basically. So yeah, I would say Cleveland.
I think Cleveland has the worst record of all the teams I mentioned, right?
I
Has to
believe
be.
so.
Has to be. They're 10 behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be. What about you, Kenny? Who are you trying to play?
I was gonna say Cleveland, but I'll mix it up a little bit
Okay.
just because he picked Cleveland. I'll go with Seattle. I
Okay.
definitely don't want to play the Rays. There are also like another kind of sneaky good team,
Yeah, I know.
that can excel in the playoffs.
Rays are the opposite of Toronto. They don't look good on paper, but they somehow, these relievers
It's that-
throw shutouts.
It's that coach, man. He's freaking
Kevin
good.
Cash. Kevin Cash.
Yeah.
Anybody with the name Kevin's smart.
He knows how to develop players. He knows how to get them playing at their best. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick Seattle.
Okay. Why Seattle?
Well, I was gonna pick Indians, but
Okay, but
because he picked the Indians, I thought I'd switch it up. But
what
pretty
made
much
you
the
pick
same
Seattle
reason.
over Tampa?
Why I said why. That coach scares me,
Okay.
and they could be sneaky good.
Okay, so you're taking the worst of both evils. The thing about
Correct.
Seattle maybe is how much experience do they have? Who's their game 2 pitcher? We already know who their game 1 pitcher is, Luis Castillo. Is it Logan Gilbert? He's a rookie. I'll take my chances with him. It's not bad. Is it Marco Gonzalez? He doesn't even throw strong stuff. He's a lefty. I would love to face him. Oof. We love lefties. So yeah, Seattle's not that far away from the Indians being there in terms of I don't mind facing them. And on offense, you're talking about a lot of young kids, besides Mitch Haniger and besides who else is the vets over there? I don't know if JP Crawford's still there. They don't really have many vets at all. I mean, they got the kid Julio, who a center field, who just signed that monster contract, but he's a young kid. It's a big stadium. To come to Yankee Stadium and try to beat us, we just got to find a way to avoid Tampa and Toronto some way, somehow. You know, let Toronto go into Houston and let them slug it out. That's what we need. We need Toronto to go into Houston and go 7 games and us go 4 games and find a way to do it like that. I mean, we need for this playoffs, everything's gonna line up perfectly.
That's a tall order.
Yes.
Yes. Tall order, yeah.
Right now, I think we're still losing 3-2, guys. Sorry for the update.
It said that Judge hit a home run.
3-3. Oh, finally, number 56. Yes.
56,
Okay, live
man.
to you. Reporting.
Live.
Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? It was just only a solo home run. Damn it! I need this. But anyway, guys, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you to our special guest. I had to drag him here.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. So you know.
Yes. I know you have your radio fame to go to. You know,
That's
just call
right.
tomorrow.